Hi, my name is Elly. I'm a frontline pilot for the Swarm 398 here on the NovaSWARM channel.
Hello, I'm Lyra. I'm support for the group. We do the art.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jamie, also known as Galaxy Jamwich.
We are Vector Spaceman, host of the world-famous Vector Spaceman show.
Hello, my name is Xenovia Noether. I am the galaxy's prettiest bounty hunter.
So, Elly, you had an idea for this canvas. What was it again?
So everyone draws themselves on this canvas, and then
I'm gonna hop over. There we go.
next canvas will be we swap around who draws who.
Let me adjust.
I
There we
can
go.
guess
This is a
this.
very loose
There
sort
we
of
go.
area.
Drawers adjust. Artists adjust.
Artists adjust.
Artists adjust. You heard them.
I will take this
Let's see.
this square up here.
Oh wait, we're not 6. We're 5.
Yeah, because Dragon doesn't want to be a
Dragon.
participant
Dragon doesn't want to draw with us.
Listen,
on drawing night.
All right.
I'm
You know what?
thinking-
We'll see what
He's
happens.
just
It'll be
lonely. He
bad.
wants to chat with
Here.
us. That's why.
That's what it is. You figured it out.
We can make a pentagram.
You should still draw with us either way.
Can we do? Oh dear, how is everyone starting already?
I don't know. Maybe we're good at this.
Just draw.
What? You actually said
Ow.
that.
You got it. I believe in you.
Ow! I'm fine. I've been hit worse.
How do I make a new layer?
Shift N is the shortcut for it if you can't find the button on the layer
I
panel.
found the button. Thank you, Elly.
I don't like that.
Mhm.
I'm going to change the music.
You love music.
Artists adjust is just another typical day for those of clients.
Oh no, Persona music started playing. I should be playing Persona right now.
Not
Oh,
right
God.
now.
Yeah, just call it quits. Yeah, just
Demi now just leaves the call and starts playing on her stream.
Gotta go, guys. I gotta go watch one of my favorite streamers, Galaxy Jamwich. Why is my stupid
yeah.
head so freaking technical?
For the rest of you, did it map to your tablet pretty well?
It
Yep.
did.
It did. It mapped perfectly.
Okay.
Only thing is I have less drawing space because I can't really adjust the size of the layer bar or anything like that.
I got less drawing space because somebody divided us into sixths.
I'm sorry, Dragon doesn't want to draw. It's not my fault.
It's not an issue of what. I'm not an artist, you guys. You're gonna be getting the stickiest of sticks. It's gonna look like a twig.
Make that sound like it's a bad thing.
All right. You'll get a.
you
You'll,
know-
Yeah,
we'll,
sorry, I'm not an artist, you guys.
we'll see about. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see
Figure
here.
drawing is awesome.
Narrator or organizer adjust.
All right, host. So if you're not gonna draw with us, then what else did you have for us to discuss while we're doodling here?
So okay.
He is
If
trying.
you want to go that route, I have
Oh my
plenty
God.
of questions. But what defines? So I see a lot of you guys are doing some rough sketch work.
We love sketch work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How long did that take for you guys to get the hang of?
It's just shapes.
It is just
You just-
shapes. But I've seen plenty of people who have done art, and I think they get stuck on being too much of a perfectionist, and they never really make progress.
I have a
Whereas-
good, or I have something to say with that. That's a sort of beginning artist thing to do, because when you're starting art, most people, you get to a point where you want everything to look perfect.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that's fine, because that's the goal of it all, right? It's really difficult to unlearn being perfect. You have to learn how to accept flaws and be not perfect in order to get your ideas or your sketches down. Now, generally, there's a bunch of different ways to like try and grow past that. One of the best ways, and because I'm a little bit old school, I'm gonna say draw with pen. Eliminate
Oh,
the
yeah.
eraser. The eraser is a crutch. Get rid of it.
But
Learn
my
how to draw with
undo.
pen.
My undo button.
No, fuck the undo button. That is even worse than the eraser. No.
That actually helped me a lot to like learn to use all of my art, like the traditional drawing. I guess I don't know why they call it traditional. It's like analog drawing. I have no idea how to say it, but it helped me a lot to doing traditional for a while did help me a lot to realize to do like fix the mistakes on top of them instead of outright releasing them into oblivion, like deleting every single mistake I make. And I used to like use the undo button a lot, and at some point I just tried to make things look less perfect because they kind of look like very amateurish because of how perfect it was. At some point, I have no idea if I'm making sense, but
No, yeah.
No, you
that's
do.
The problem with that's the problem with people who really want to make sure everything's like full symmetrical, like perfect circles and all that. It makes the drawing feel a lot more stiff. There's like not a lot of flow to it.
Doesn't
That
give it
being
any
said,
life.
it helps to learn like the rules as you break them. So like with the circle thing especially, like you can break down every single character design, like well, speaking from cartooning especially, into shapes, which is great. But then within those shapes, you break them in order to make the character expressive and relax a bit. Because if you just deal with like regular shapes, then you're left with kind of the stiff looks that you tend to find in adult animation. But those are a whole nother story entirely. Like those are meant to be sort of easier to animate and faster to produce. So
They all
they're
look like they're done in like Flash or Animate or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very stiff, you get like those ball joint rotations.
Yeah.
Well, those ones in particular are made with like 2D animation rigs, in which they have a lot of limitations to like how they're animated, and they can't be animated like frame by frame, or they don't draw like each and every single little detail of it, which it's good for like quick animation and for their budgets on the studio or the TV show, but it doesn't give any character to it.
You guys ever noticed that? Well, I mean, I guess it's a human thing, right? Where you look at a cloud and you start seeing shapes. I find
there's a word for that. Yes.
Yeah, there is a word for it. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but like Lyra's early sketch work that I'm seeing kind of reminds me of that, where it's just you scribble to the point where you start noticing patterns and then you clean it up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. You let the image reveal itself.
I mean, sometimes there's even a handful of artists out there that have taken advantage of that in their style, where it's like their art itself, in a sense, has a degree of like abstractness to it, and then
you let the viewer see what they want to see.
Exactly, which is always a neat little concept. But there is something oddly satisfying about clean line work.
Oh my gosh, say less.
Says Lyra as they start on line work.
I'm looking at Elly's clean work too.
I think it's a evolutionary trait that we see different features like faces and like danger signs and things like that in nature. Helps you stay alive.
That was strangely in time with my music. What the hell? I'm listening to Stay Alive from Portal right now.
Wow, good timing then.
Huge success.
Huge success. I'm making a doodle.
I'm assuming Xenovia, you must have drawn Xenovia a lot because you went straight for it. You drew Zenovia's face almost without hesitation.
Is that a bad thing?
No. It's a compliment.
Thank you. I just
a lot of practice there.
Yeah, I just draw like all of my equipment and all my character very often, and I just gotten used to an art style that I've done for several years already. I'm even talking. The Discord isn't lighting up, and I'm worried.
I hear you.
No, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, I am already pretty used to just doing it this way, I guess. And I have a very specific way of sketching and everything.
Yeah,
so
we saw a little bit of that during Gardic Phone, didn't we? I think when you drew Jammy in particular, it came to mind.
I usually don't like starting with the face, so I started with my boots in this one. I think the pose looks pretty unique, I guess. So
That's actually an interesting point because all of you, except for Xenovia, started with the face.
The helmet always takes me a minute.
Yeah, what do you typically end up doing, all of you? Do you generally start, do you have a tendency to start with the head and then move to the body?
I'll do full body if I'm doing full body, and then go back in and do in details. But for me, gesture is the first thing.
Okay, so that's kind of groundwork.
Yeah.
It's the motion of everything.
Before, because if you start adding in detail, then, where was your gesture? Will your arm be too long? Is the hand right? Is it conveying what you want? I don't know.
I don't know. Anatomy.
Become a hillbilly artist? What happened there?
Yeehaw.
Southern bread.
Does anyone know? Oh, there we go. I found it. Up. There we go. I wanted to flip it. And you can make more than a single layer for yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have,
Oh,
like,
I sure
3
hope
layers
so.
right now.
What did you say? Alt N?
Shift N.
Shift.
Or find the appropriate button.
Yeah, you guys are so slow. I'm done.
Wow, and look at it though. Such skills. The artiste at work over
Oh,
here.
it's perfect. I love it.
Agreed.
Oh, you guys are drawing. Here's another one for you.
We'd love another one for us.
In the time that you've been drawing, what's been like one of the hardest challenges to overcome in your style?
Our style.
Or your process, I suppose. Consistency. That's a
Yeah.
problem. I can imagine that being a
Valid.
common one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My art style always changes. I literally have my model open up right now in a different window just so I remember what I look like. Crazy.
I'm using OBS to like look at myself basically.
Yeah.
But you know, drawing with reference is the way to go.
True.
I mean, we know Jammy's problem with consistency. She has what, 20 models now?
Yeah.
One for each.
That's fun,
each move.
though.
And they all look different.
I think there is like struggle of just finding your style to begin with, or finding like a process that works for you. For me, I think I've sort of like got something down because of doing work and commissions. I had to basically figure out a process or a style, or else like I can't be having inconsistencies in some of my work, because if they paid, or if the client paid for something in one specific style, they should be getting that.
That is a challenge. I've noticed that. I mean, entering the VTubing world myself in the recent year, it's definitely, I can see an easy trend for the commissioner and the commissionee getting their priorities and expectations a little mixed up, especially when they're going an artist. It's like, well, did you want me to draw in my style, or do you want me to draw in the style that you're thinking, which is not my style? I imagine that is it not an uncommon issue.
I have
It's not gonna be
definitely
true.
had clients come to me and be like, hey, can you draw this one style? I used to sort of just be like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll try to do that. But I think in more recent years, I've just been like, no, you're asking for something that's not something that I'm capable of doing, even though like I could try and attempt this style. It's just not going to work how you envision it.
I suppose that's a question for those that do commissions. Do you ever take on a project because you think it'll help challenge you or help you progress in your own style? Is that a thing that goes through your mind?
Like just for the thrill of the game?
The thrill of it, yeah.
For the love of the sport?
Maybe not too far off from that vibe, yeah.
That's why I did the animated specials.
Just to see what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came out great. We all know.
As we all know.
As we all know.
Like I think you need to have projects that sort of challenge you, or like put some constraints on yourself, because if you're just drawing within your comfort zone or creating in your comfort zone, like maybe you won't grow as quickly, or maybe that's just me being someone that like works well under pressure, or like would kind of prefer having a little bit of pressure.
How long have I been muted?
Ooh.
What? This whole time?
No way.
I have
this
no
is not-
idea.
You've been muted for a bit.
I just
Oh,
realized.
poor Xenovia. Poor hapless Xenovia.
Okay, continue. It's fine.
Something, push it to the limit.
Pump it. Work
Know
it.
your limit. Play within it.
Well, if anything, I was talking about the commission thingy, and that's how I realized I was muted. Regarding that,
Oh,
I've actually. Oh, sorry.
I'll keep going.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Regarding that, I actually.
Oh,
now you're muted again.
Yeah, did you mute
Oh,
again? What
did you
happened?
mute it again?
All right, well, while Xenovia struggles. So
It's my zoom out button.
what is it?
It's my zooming out button.
Oh.
The zooming out
button.
zooming out.
Wow.
So that's why I've been, and I have nothing to mute. So I've been pressing that button and only muting. That's why I've been so paranoid. Okay, but yeah, I was talking about. Oh dear, I'm sorry.
No, you're
All good. We'll
fine.
still invite you back for the next one.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I was talking about commissions and how I'm also taking them for the obvious reasons that come with commissions. I've also taken things that at first sight look like they're out of my league. And those are actually pretty fun to do. Especially because of getting out of my comfort zone and stuff like that. Because otherwise I would be drawing Xenovia for the 57th time, and that wouldn't be fun, I think.
Gosh, Xenovia's not having fun, you guys.
Good.
I'm teasing. So
I like drawing. Oh, sorry.
No, it's a joke. So Vector, the others here all do commission work. You haven't, have you?
I don't do commission work. That's right. In fact, when I just draw for myself, it doesn't look like the cartoony vector that we're used to either.
Oh,
I got started when I really decided to draw for funsies. It was like back in high school, and I was really into webcomics at the time. And so my drawing style sort of trended toward styles of like VG Cats and Penny Arcade, and maybe a little Control Alt Delete influence in there and stuff like that. Mac Hall was always one of my favorites. Did some really good stuff. But yeah, just all the greats. And I was really inspired by, especially like, I always wanted to do like an autobiographical webcomic, like Johnny Wander or something like that. Yeah, those were big for me.
Do you think you can pull off drawing each person here in that style?
I wonder. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, but you know, it's only 4 other people.
And one of them's a sandwich.
That might make it easier. I don't know.
That might make it easier. There you go. Just a sandwich.
There you go. No
Not
face.
gonna lie, Jamwich form is pretty fun to draw, like randomly.
I never draw Jammy as a human just because the sandwich is so much fun.
So
It is
much.
a lot easier to draw than the human form too.
And there's that.
Do you guys find that simple objects sometimes you can be a bit more creative with it?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
A little bit more room
If
for
a
expression?
design has too many has too many like little bits and pieces. I'm thinking like the sort of Mary Sue type of DeviantArt character designs. It's like,
You got the
man.
angel wing. Sorry, one angel wing. Then you got the one
my
devil
goodness.
wing. You got the scar across the
No,
face. One of
that
your
is
arms is all
way
bandaged
too
up.
much.
You got the special sword, but it's got something in it, so you got to give it a little flair.
Well, like here's what happens. You end up adding in all those details and then you can't even focus on your own style because you need to add every single itty bitty little detail.
Mm-hmm.
Now the artist
shoot.
Oh.
hello.
Sorry.
Little tool.
It's by your wings.
You have to like the artist solution would be to ignore half of those and make your own interpretation. However, if it happens to be a commission or you want to draw something nice for somebody, they might get all huffy and be like, oh, you didn't add such and such detail,
You forgot this.
and you're like, okay.
Well, you do it then. That's what you tell them.
I mean, it's perfectly fair to ask for details when you're granted a commission, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess when
I've
you're
done a lot
paying
of.
for it.
Yeah, I do. I've done a few character design commissions, and in those I've had to be like very careful about every single one of the details. Well, there was this one in particular where my client really. Well, I did redo the drawing over and over and over and over because I kept missing the details, and I didn't mind. In the end, the character ended up pretty well, and I was happy I didn't take the short way out. But I know it's not the most fun thing to do. By the way, you guys are making me feel very slow about my drawing process.
Oh, I thought I was feeling pretty slow.
I'm pretty well done, but look at it. It's not quality. It's
Yeah, mine is kind of. The face is a little. Well, we're good.
You're painting, and I'm still stuck at the head.
You're working on
The head
those crisp straight lines.
Yep.
I feel like I've been
Everything's
doing a
so-
lot of art recently, so I have my process.
Yeah, Elly,
Everything's so angular on
Yeah,
Xenovia now.
You've been pumping
Ellie's
them
been
out.
doing a lot of art streams too. What is it, like one every couple weeks? I feel like I'm seeing one.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Not to mention all your magnets and everything you're pumping out. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. You can talk about that.
We are going to be relaunching or launching our own online store June 3rd. And I really want to try making as much stuff as I can for that. But the thing is, I sort of have a time constraint because I want to bring stuff over to Lyra to get Lyra to help send out anything that's a US order for the store. So I've been doing a lot of art and printing a lot of things so then I can get the stock basically for our site, and all the things that I'm making. We also intend to sell them at the Artist Alley or the convention that we'll be going to in early July.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, you're back.
Hi.
Okay, yeah,
Hi.
it's my Discord, everything went mute, and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Oh.
The hotkeys.
Oh well, it's okay.
It's always the hotkeys. Sorry.
We learned that Elly
No,
is
Lyra's
using
been-
you as an international warehouse. That's what we were just covering.
That's not
Kind
new. And yeah, we'll be doing Artist Alley for the first time as our trio or as NovaSWARM in July. at
That's
Anime
cool.
Midwest. And it's just
Make sure you go, any listeners who live in the Midwest. Is that a Canadian one or an American one then?
American.
Okay.
Sure, to pack lots of snacks. You're gonna be sitting at the booth for a while. Oh my gosh.
I'll bet, yeah.
Well, it's not the first time that Lyra and I will be doing a table. Lyra and I used to do Artist Alley tables before the pandemic.
A long time ago.
hmm
Oh.
I actually still
Is
have the
it-
pictures from those.
It's been a while since we've done one.
But when we were tabling, we had a pretty good method, I think, or we were able to work together like really well to manage the table.
It's not so bad. You just need people who are attentive, because I have worked with others that were not very much so. I know it seems like common sense, but sometimes people daydream or they get distracted or just other things.
Love
But
getting
as long
distracted.
as you're up, ready, and attentive, it's like any other, I suppose, retail experience.
So you'll just have to see if Rig's up to the challenge.
In the working world, we call that booth duty. Unlike jury duty, it's there's some downtime here and there, depending on how busy
Yeah,
you
but
are.
you get paid for it, so that's
Yeah.
that's a plus.
I always admired. Oh, here's a question then. So, who's been to a convention? Has everyone here been to a convention or no?
I've been to some, yeah.
I've been to some,
I've been
yeah.
to some too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Went to a ton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, it was always fun seeing the artists who obviously were at their own booth, because I've also seen some of the ones that start growing to a certain point. They'll just start hiring people to run their booth at an event that is on the other side of the country, for example. But the ones where they're present, it's always fun seeing when they do like the sketch on the spot commissions. Those are always cool to see.
Are you going to be taking pen commissions this year?
I might. I don't know.
It's like Lyra would be pretty good at that. People would jump at just like a little pen drawing by Lyra.
No, they're
With
always
the-
busy.
great.
Yeah. Whenever I see it, they're just non-stop page after page. It seems like it just flows right in.
I think there was one convention that we had that Lyra had a backlog of pen commissions over the weekend, and like as soon as we got back from the convention at some of the days, it'd just be okay. Lyra sits down and does the rest of the pen commissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a kind of mistake on my end, because I undercharge a lot. I don't know how to market myself, so I don't actually like do much commissions normally.
I find that to be pretty normal. The most people don't know how the advertising side of
Yeah.
self-marketing works and asking for more if you feel like it's worth it, right?
So like to me that seems like, oh, why would I do that? That's like, that's not something that I'm allowed to do.
Nah, I see that all the time in corporate world with freelance work and contractors.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's kind of the reason that I've never done any commission stuff, is I don't think anybody would feel like the style really works with their stuff. And like, I don't know how much to charge for it, because I've seen people, I actually saw somebody get a pretty popular post going. They were showing a how-to video on like how to do sort of more energetic PNG tubing sort of stuff, like with little animations baked in and that sort of stuff, because you can use like GIFs and things for that now. And,
I remember that.
Yeah, and like little like transitionary animations between frames and stuff like that. So it almost looked like very minimalistic animation, which was kind of cool. But they were charging like hundreds of dollars for like one of these, and it didn't seem like it was worth it to me. And then I had no idea how much something like mine would be worth, or how much stuff like your guys's would be worth. So I've got no frame of reference.
Yeah, it's rough.
Mhm.
That's why I do a lot of the research, sort of like when it comes to pricing commissions. Like I look at other people's work and sort of compare like, okay, the quality and the quantity and how much time that it takes for like me or us to do some of the commissions, and then like sort of figure out a price from that. This is work. Okay.
Reasons why I don't use the fill tool.
I'm lazy.
Oh my god.
That's an issue that you see just in working in general, because businesses are like, you're not allowed to talk to others about your salary. Don't do it. But I imagine when you're working in your own little island,
Technically, that's a big no-no.
yeah, it's usually in the contract. Yeah, they usually put in the
Oh,
contract,
I
but
thought that
it's
was
such,
illegal.
it's such BS.
Yeah.
You'd think
It's
it would
like
be.
illegal to
Yeah.
say you can't talk about your.
It might depend on the area.
Yeah, it could
Depends
also
on
depend
the-
on the field.
The
and-
industry as well.
Yeah, but I imagine freelancers also, just unless you have a circle that you're a part of, you probably don't hear about much of that.
I mean, if we're just talking about like VTubers or artists on like Twitter that do commissions, a lot of people post their commission sheets. So honestly, like I have a lot of other people's commission sheets like just bookmarked. Not because I want to commission them, but because I think it's a good reference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it's always tricky in the art world too, because much like a lot of the creative realm in general, there's always a demand, but there's a lot of variance. But then there's also an abundance of art and music and graphics and all that fun stuff. So even if the demand is there, the audience for a particular artist or individual or freelance or whatever it may be, it could be a little tricky sometimes, I imagine.
That's why networking, marketing, as much as you don't want to do that stuff, or like as much as you're like, as much as it's a pain, you got to do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to reload the page because my pasting function is broken.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't mess up
I hope
anything.
you don't lose everything.
No, you should be okay. It's saved in the session.
Okay, everything's fine.
Yay. Oh, you're drawing sandwich form now?
I thought since I have a little time, I could squeeze in.
How do I do this? Okay, I'm probably going to move this first here. And now I'm going to paste the other one.
Is there any part of the art process that you guys prefer?
Such
like
as?
lining, sketching, coloring,
Sketching
backgrounds.
and coloring, personally.
Sketching's probably the most fun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Line
sketching
work
is very
gets
fun.
tedious.
Just go crazy
Line work
with
is actual hell. Yeah.
line art is hell. Oh god.
Lyra just
I don't think I want to answer this. Line work's the best freaking thing. You get to like line up all of your shapes. Everything starts to come together. You can like, you know, your style comes through in the line work, whether it's thin, whether it's thick. Oh my goodness, coloring's tedious as fuck.
And see, this is why we work so well together, because I hate doing line work, but because I think I actually have a really like shaky hand. So my lines kind of struggle from that, where I have to use like a hella high stabilizer for it not to be like super shaky.
Kinda same.
I like painting and I like coloring.
Do you find that the shakiness translates from physical to digital, or vice versa?
My physical drawing is better than my digital drawing.
Oh, same.
And it's always been that way. And my process actually used to be, now I've sort of committed to using the tablet all the time just so I can get better at it. But my process used to be sketching on paper, scanning the paper, and then doing line work digitally.
That's really old
Hell
school.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
old school way of doing it. I
That feels
approve.
like-
I love that sort of thing.
Actual memories back
Bruh.
drawing.
Jamie, are you able
Oh.
to move your entire image to where mine is?
Hmm?
You able to swap positions with me?
Oh yeah.
Toss me in the corner that gets covered up.
Oh my god.
I think Jamie deserves more prominence.
She absolutely does. The bread's not. People can't see the flat side of her toast.
All right, hold on. I gotta get a new wire for my tablet because every time I just lightly touch it, everything just goes shit. Oh.
Somebody in my chat is mentioning like really liking the line art, so I don't have anything against line art. I'm very low on attention span, and if I spend too much time on the line art of a drawing, I will eventually lose interest and move to something else. So it's nothing personal. I like line art, but it's
Sometimes I think line art just looks better without the color.
Yes, thank you. Someone gets it. This is why manga is so good. Who needs color? Psh. You read through a whole thing and you think, oh, this wonderful protagonist and her like really nice long shiny black hair, and then you watch the anime and like, oh my god, that was supposed to be red, but like a really
This whole
weird
time?
magenta red thing. Like, what? Who are you? What is this?
I noticed that a lot with the artists who happen to get like a color page, right? That's a thing that manga artists will sometimes get.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, the color page, it looks nice, but the vibe is just so different.
Yup.
Maybe they just want to go all out.
Maybe.
So I don't know if I'm ever going to get one of these again.
Oh my gosh.
Alpine says, I love color inconsistencies in my manga. Ah, yes, like JoJo.
Oh,
JoJo gets a pass because it's JoJo.
We're going to give them green hair and purple bits and all sorts of reds. We're going all
5
out.
different color palettes.
But then you get all these wonderful color options for video games, and still it all be canon. It's great.
We're going to make them use that ink.
By the way, I'm going to say something quickly. anyone who gets to draw me today, if you want to draw the lines in my jacket, please don't. Please ignore them. They are hard to draw.
I don't want to take that as a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
A new challenger.
Okay, I'm probably going to stop taking so much time in the line art and rush it a little.
Man, it's been so long since I've drawn Jamwich.
I have been done for an hour. I don't know how much more I can put into a little spaceman eating a sandwich.
Well, here,
A
let's do a spaceman.
A
in
grilled
the,
cheese, a grilled cheese, a Vector Spaceman themed sandwich.
There you go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could
not a
maybe
Jamwich,
move
I mean,
over
come on.
to Dragon Square and draw like a
Oh,
little
could I make him
pellet
better?
of.
Oh god.
Yeah.
At the dragons
him-
thing, totally. I have not even seen what he's done. I'm just.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. He says.
Can I manipulate other people's layers? No, it looks
You
like they're
can't.
locked. You cannot?
What do you want me to do?
What a terribly good design philosophy.
I
I
think if
can't
you
just
right
wreck
click,
other people's layers.
right click your layer dragon, you can do assign layer to, and then you could assign your
Oh, you
layer to
can.
vector.
You can
Layer.
lock or unlock a layer. You can. No, I
Maybe-
don't see that.
Maybe if I unlock. No, that's locking it.
That's just locking it. Yeah. No worries. We'll make do.
I should have cleaned this up better when I started.
Oh, this is the stream where you draw, so you do you.
I love Dragon's linear minimalism.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's do that. If you guys finish, you can collaboratively doodle in the corner where I am.
What do I want to do to Dragon though? What do I want to do here?
Imagination.
Imagination. All right, now I'm going to borrow the blue outline that you've already established. No, keep it
Keep it?
visible. We're just going to add on.
Oh man, is that HD Jamwich?
Hell yeah.
When in doubt, just draw Sonic. I seem to recall that from editing Garden Phone.
Oh dear.
That pops, Lyra. Look at that.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that a layer style? What did you even do? Oh, we have layer styles.
Yeah, we do have layer styles.
Yep.
Well, this
Layer
thing has everything.
styles
What the heck?
or Lyra styles?
Lyra styles.
Lyra do be styling.
Lyra
So
doobie.
stylish though.
All right, Dragon, give me a layer.
No. You're just drawing it on your layer
Oh, all
on
right, all
top.
right. I got
Then you could either help Vector or you can hinder Vector.
Oh, you can.
You
my
can
gosh.
help her hinder. Oh my gosh.
PvP.
Oh, it goes behind. Hold on. Gotta scoot this boy all the way to the top here.
God, I imagine Lyra would make a great comic book cover.
That's
I'm
what
sorry.
you
Are
need.
you looking for comics by Lyra? Is this a thing people want? Would people actually be interested in comics by Lyra? I'm just asking.
I think people would.
just,
NovaSWARM
you know-
comic cover? That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for gathering interest, but for nothing in particular, of course.
Oh, yeah, just-
God, you're so
specific.
soon. Come on. People like your art. Your art is good.
Oh, is Lyra the skilled
Hard
bashful
to-
type?
It's hard to gauge that sort of thing.
No, Lyra, you're up there. Yeah, no joke.
Where?
There.
There, exactly.
Oh, I see.
Jamie, are you giving me cat ear?
Just working with white. It's just a little. I
love
put a little
working
like.
with white.
Look at them little
neon
ears,
in it.
though.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, no,
Sonic
working with
has-
white's kind of annoying. Same with black. I love working with black. I also hate working with black.
Hmm.
Bro, because sometimes you need a certain black, but then you can't have it be actual black. It has to be dark gray.
Oh,
And then you
yeah,
have
I
to make
hate
that match parts of the other whatever's going on, and then it just doesn't work. And then you're like, what do I do with this then?
At this point, just draw draw in a grayscale.
Who do you think you are? Oh shoot, I got Neff in my head. Oh no.
Eh?
I was about to do a Neff joke. She's always caught up on that. Who do you think you are? I am.
Who do you think you are? Running your mouth with jokes. I don't know, man.
Not bad, not bad. I heard the music.
I promise I'm going to finish soon.
Take your time.
I'm listening to a Doom Animal Crossing remix.
Nice. I do like how Vector has made his a little pseudo 3D with the shadow.
I put a little drop
depth.
shadow underneath
Yeah.
it. That's
Add a little depth. That or you wet the
Dragon
sheets?
will
I'm not
lose
sure.
his mind over just about everything.
I sure will. There's so much cool shit out there,
That was such a wholesome pairing, though. The Doom and Animal Crossing
wasn't it?
fandom. What was
It was
that?
a good time.
Isabel? Is that the dog's name?
Yeah.
And the
think so.
Doom
Yeah.
Slayer get along so well.
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite cross collab in that sense,
Oh, interesting.
or a cameo type. I mean, Fortnite has so many of them nowadays.
They
but
don't count.
They don't count.
That doesn't
They
count.
don't think
Oh
so.
my god, you mean it doesn't count that my favorite is Sasuke from Fortnite?
I love and I hate how much you bring that up. Because now all I'm gonna do is associate Sasuke with Fortnite.
What else would he be associated with?
His personality is actually like so much more like fun in Fortnite though.
Ouch.
What do you
He
mean they
actually
don't use sexual dance in Naruto? Alright. Fortnite is fun because you can have like Ghost Rider make K-pop dances. And my mouth will never let out of that.
Yeah, the emotes is always gonna hamper that, I guess. Because no matter who it is, you're always gonna be able to Gangnam Style or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I just love having Boruto's dad do the Gangnam style. Yeah.
That's right. There's probably some people who only know Sasuke from Boruto.
Wait.
There's no way. There is absolutely no way.
But
You'd be
wait,
surprised.
wait.
I'd be
actually.
surprised.
Isn't Boruto's dad Naruto? Or am
Yeah. No, I just
Yeah.
going back to the
Oh,
Sasuke
okay.
thing.
Boruto's dad is Boruto's
Oh,
dad.
no.
Jamie, didn't they do a Kingdom Hearts or Persona crossover with something? Am I misremembering?
Are you talking about the Persona crossover with Fire Emblem? Tokyo.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's
That
right.
came
That's
out.
what
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
This one's
Kingdom
like
Hearts is
form.
technically a
Wasn't it
crossover, isn't it?
They said it was a Shin
It's
Megami Tensei crossover,
SMT.
What?
but it was more Persona than Shin Megami
Hey,
Tensei.
we're saying a lot of words here now.
So there was this one time that they released like a trailer that was like very epic with like pre-made assets and everything, but had like music and orchestra and everything, and it ended up being for an idol game.
Yeah, it was, right? Wasn't it like some kind of idol group themed Persona
Yep.
that is like, it was barely Fire Emblem flavored at all,
It
but
was barely Fire. The only thing that was Fire Emblem was the characters.
Yeah.
That's all they used.
oh man, I remember seeing that and I was just, that's an interesting direction.
Sonic.
Turn face.
Oh my god.
Finally. This is the first time I zoomed out and just
Finally zoomed in.
Sonic.
Like Vector said, when in doubt, draw Sonic.
Yep,
Yeah.
I see.
gotta go fast.
Alpine over here is talking about the Marvel v Capcom series, and that got me thinking
Yes.
that I guess Smash Bros is entirely a crossover series too, isn't it?
Nowadays,
Yes.
yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that came to mind for me was Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube because you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
play as
Oh my
Link.
god.
Yep. Caliber.
And then which
Oh
one was
yeah,
it?
they had
Soul Calibur.
PlayStation had the
there was
Tekken
the one
dude.
that
and then-
had Link in there as well.
I thought PlayStation had.
Yeah.
Did Xbox have
Oh,
Spawn?
yeah.
One of the
Oh,
games.
Xbox is Spawn.
One of them had Darth Vader.
Which
That was
and
the
Yoda.
later
One
one.
of
I think
the
that
PlayStation
was.
ones.
Yeah, I think
And
that was
Yoda
3 or
had, like,
4.
Tekken had
Yeah.
Noctis from Final Fantasy, I
my
think,
God.
right?
Look at that 2D.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Soul
That was a
Calibur.
thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And Elly, now that I remember, that one Soul Calibur that had Darth Vader and Yoda, it's actually pretty unplayable competitively because Yoda is so absurdly small. It's like the best character in the game by far.
So no, I remember that. People were talking about that.
That sounds OP. He's just got the small hitbox.
Yeah, and nobody else in the game has that small of a hitbox, and Yoda's like he's like half a middle tall.
Yoda needs nerf.
Make Yoda bigger. There, easy.
Hitboxes in fighting games are an issue on their own when balancing them, so...
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was me. Haha. I was wondering where the stray thing came from, but it was me all along.
Ellie, what are you doing there? Is that a blue overlay tone?
Blue screen.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't even know about screens.
Listen, I've made it very clear. I'm just here to help organize this. Goddammit.
Can't believe this guy organized an art collab and he doesn't know anything about art.
Tisk tisk.
Tisk tis.
It just
Well, I guess I'm
Alpine
gonna be.
here saying, Popeye the Sailor Man Twitter. I love seeing his crossovers with Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh,
But you know what?
that's a good one. Though.
I think that's a fair fight.
Yeah, he fits right in.
He's strong to the finish because he eats his spinach.
Yeah,
He's Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye.
Those are
Goku,
some of
Those were some of
Shaggy.
the earliest animations I ever saw. Was old Popeye stuff that had gone out of copyright, so they could put it on VHS and sell it, and nobody cared.
Oh, really? That's a thing, huh?
Oh yeah,
You know, now that you mention that, like, that makes sense why that was all over the place, because the copyright was out.
oh.
I'm gonna...
I never knew that was the reason why.
yeah. There was one where he meets Sinbad the Sailor, and he had a really great song. Fleischer Popeye stuff is so good, so good.
We'll say Popeye digs to see it and actually making me like spinach. So
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
I find that
I never tried it out.
I find that exposure at a young age, or just exposure in general, gives you a lot more opportunity to expose yourself to it in the future.
exposure gives you a lot more exposure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Naruto, no.
well, okay, I said okay, that's repetitive, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Like it's how kids, when you start them off young,
Yeah.
they can pick up languages really fast.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes me so jealous that my parents didn't teach me a lot more languages as a kid. They only
Well, yeah,
taught
but
me
they're
English.
they're also
Oh,
infants. So what else have they got going on?
true.
Are you calling babies dumb?
I'm just saying they haven't got a lot of responsibility. They can focus on learning languages.
Oh, okay.
Must be nice to be
Yeah.
a child not paying taxes.
Imagine having to pay for housing. Crazy.
Right.
Imagine not having a maid bringing you a meal every day. What the heck?
These kids, man, I tell you, they've had it too good for too long.
Oh my gosh.
This is a part where I make a children year for the mines joke, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. It's right there. Minecraft is the most played game in the world. They yearn for it.
Isn't it Roblox now?
Is
it?
it?
I wonder.
Is it?
I feel like
I think it's still
Roblox
Minecraft.
Did it
overtook it.
overtaken?
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty
Roblox
close.
isn't
Throne
really-
the king?
The thing with Roblox is that it isn't really a game. It's like a game engine.
Yeah, you might not be wrong there.
So I wouldn't really count it as a...
It's still something that, them children are using more.
Those
Indeed.
youngins.
No, they're pretty close. I just went on trends, and Minecraft is a little bit higher right now, but no, they're pretty neck and neck. Minecraft has a small lead, but they're pretty neck and neck, which is wild.
It's all the older players who are keeping Minecraft alive.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Dragon.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I only went into Minecraft because it's like, isn't this what VTubers do, right?
This is what VTubers do.
Oh my god, is VTubing keeping Minecraft alive?
It might be.
VTubing has become really big, and a lot of VTubers do play Minecraft.
That is true.
And I like how simple Elly's was at the beginning and how stylized it is now. You got all these highlights in there.
I'm someone that likes building on my artwork, or like it's kind of like digital painting.
Yeah.
Of, like just putting things on top of things.
Add a little touch. Do you ever feel like you go too far though sometimes?
Artwork, can it go too far?
Go
Tonight.
too far. Find out next time.
This is why you save iterations.
That is true. That's the beauty of digital art, right?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, digital art's just so nice with the layers. That's like the one thing I love most about digital art.
Yeah, game changing. Back in the day, you didn't have to use a light board.
Yeah, I love traditional like to death, and I respect anyone who only does traditional. Like, oh my goodness, you are amazing.
But if you
But when working digital, it's so nice with the layers.
But if you're really good at digital art, that probably translates to physical, I imagine.
More
so.
always.
No?
Not always.
Okay.
There are
Oh,
some
boy.
people. Yeah, there are
Like
some people.
all of us just had the same reaction.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if you start out digital, you're gonna have a hard time traditional.
Really? I thought it'd be the other way.
You can learn it. It's not impossible, but you'll probably have a harder time because digital spoils the heck out of you. Now, if someone starts traditional, they might have a little bit of rough time getting to digital because everything's new. There's the software is different, blah blah blah. But there's a lot more that transfers from traditional into digital.
Okay.
So
Well,
you'll see people who are like really good traditional artists, and they make pretty good digital work.
you know what? Yeah, I think I overlook the fact that physical has the fundamentals baked into it, whereas digital
Yes.
has a lot of shortcuts, like you said. Okay, that makes sense.
You can still, you still can learn like all the fundamentals, like anatomy, perspective, all that good stuff digital, but your mistakes are very easily forgiven, and you can just sort of brute force your way through a piece. Whereas with traditional, you can't always do that. You have to be a little bit more careful and aware of exactly what you're doing before you commit.
But what if
And
I
this
have
is why the
commitment
eraser is
issues?
such a thing. Yeah, there's always something.
Think of it like this, Dragon. Like there used to be a decent market for like portrait artists and landscape artists and what have you in like actual painted work, even for stuff like you remember like old Magic the Gathering cards,
Yeah.
from like first series and stuff, like so those would all be painted on a canvas. then scanned, then, printed out en masse. Nowadays, it's all done digitally. Some monster render paints some incredible scene or whatever, but if you gave them a brush and asked them to do it all in oils or whatever,
right?
No way. Yeah.
No way, huh?
But there was a lot of people who made that transition from physical media to digital media just because it was the thing at the time, and you sort of had to keep up.
Yeah, there was that window.
That being said, it's not impossible to go one way or another. It's just that's generally how that works.
Yeah, there's a learning curve with anything new.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trial,
Mm.
And like Xenovia's little, almost, what would you call it? Almost like color pencil style.
Xenovia is doing too good over here.
Sorry.
Why you gotta apologize? Don't apologize for that.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
just trying to.
I'm gonna make a rule: future HiVECORE collaborations, no sorries allowed, or you get booted from the call.
Dragon, please. Some of us are Canadian. It's not.
I was just thinking that, like,
Oh my
man, it's not
gosh.
even the Canadians here saying sorry.
Xenovia
Jamie, are you one of
always
them?
had
Are
two
we
swords.
heathen?
Eh?
What?
No, she flipped it.
Oh, she flipped it.
Sorry, what?
No, I was saying, are you one of them, the Canadians, or are
Oh,
we
no.
heathen? Okay, we're heathen.
Definitely
That's
not.
great.
We're the heathens. Are we-
Oh, it's we're south of the border, yo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No class.
We
No
Southern folk.
manners. Jeez, it's like you guys aren't afraid of being thrown out of the community in the middle of winter or something.
what's winter?
Winter. My winter is worse than some of yours.
Well, only mine. It's just my sector that's really temperate.
Ooh, I'm
the
coastal.
game
I'm
is
right
very
next to
bad
Washington. Ooh.
Oh, Jamie. It's okay. You don't want to experience winter. Winter sucks.
Ooh.
Winter's a nice vacation sometimes.
Yeah, and then you drive down the mountain from your chateau back into regular California.
Chateau. Who's owning the chateau in this day and age?
Chateau.
Talk as if VTubers own things.
Imagine.
Chateau in this economy.
What's your
Never.
fanciest thing, guys, that you're like glad to have? Like your fanciest indulgent sort of thing that you own?
I'm using it right now.
The tablet?
And actually, the PC is like the most expensive thing I've had in my life. This is like the one thing, and I don't
remember-
think I've ever done any. Oh,
I looked up the actual receipt because I still have it for my tablet. I bought it over 10 years ago, and it was like $500 at the time.
Dude,
And now they're so cheap.
you have it framed like you're like your first dollar? What's going on?
No, but I got it in the box. I still have the box for the tablet.
It's 10
You
years
know,
old. You
for
can't
storage
return
and
it. What are you
whatever.
doing?
I know that, but I could have returned it at the time. Now there's like no reason to throw it. And hey, it made a good story because I got to tell it on air. So there you go.
No, that's fun. I actually had a bad habit of keeping old boxes because, it's like when you're moving, it's super convenient to have the original
Yeah, I don't
box.
think that's
Oh,
a bad
yes.
habit.
Yeah.
Like, why let the tablet get damaged or whatever?
Well, it's a bad habit when it exceeds like 5 years.
Better to just throw it out now, is what you're saying.
Well, it also depends, I guess, if you are in a lifestyle where you are moving more frequently. Like if you're in apartments and you have to move every 1 to 3 years because they keep hiking rates.
True, fair.
That's a mood. Yeah, but what about the rest of you? Any endeared tokens in your life?
I want to say my PC, but I didn't.
I was
exactly
thinking that
say-
too.
Yeah, like, because my PC was built and then given to me, but it's still like, I think the thing I treasure most, just because I use it the most,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I don't really have stuff anymore.
Same, yeah.
live.
What does stuff mean?
Like it's not, well, because it's not like I'm 9 years old and I can gush about how many awesome Legos I have or whatever. No, I just have like stuff that
But
I
do you
use.
have any? But do you
Do
have
I have any awesome
Legos?
Lego? Absolutely. I've got a whole bunch of old like Bionicles and stuff from back in the day. I know you'd love that, Xenovia.
Nice. Yes.
That's a treasure to some.
Right?
I wouldn't, sleep on those.
Yeah. Who knows? They might be like super pricey in a few years.
I think they're, well, I never really took good care of them, but I know I have a whole bunch of old Lego and a whole bunch of old Thomas the Train, like rails and cars and stuff
God,
like
what
that.
were
And
those
they're all
called?
back.
The
They're all
ones?
back at my Vector Space Parents place. And that's the one, those are the few things that they said, we're never going to throw that out because, someday, your own kids can play with that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be kind of cute, though. Just, the thought of it, not to assume things, but it's just the thought of keeping that, for a future generation is kind of endearing.
Yeah. My parents
Yes.
did the same thing too with all our old toys. But then I was like, hey, mom and dad, I don't really think I want any sandwich kids.
No mini sandwiches.
Mini sandwiches. Yeah.
Yeah, no sliders.
No,
Sliders.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no sliders in my future, that's for sure. Because if I can barely take care of myself, oh gosh, how can I take care of a little slider sandwich,
You're just thinking responsibly. You wouldn't want to force something that you can't handle,
Which
because
is
that's no fun for anybody.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sad reality of the times, but that's a topic for a different stream, maybe.
Yeah.
What kind of stream would that be a perfect topic for?
The doomsayer
Valentine's
kind.
Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. There you go. There you go. Get your sliders here.
My gosh.
A Korone pop-up parade. What's a parade figure?
Papa
Oh.
Parade is a brand of like anime figure.
It's a
So-
collection from the Good Smile company, the same people who do Nendoroids. They're really cute chibi style
Okay.
figures. But
like
the Pop-Up
Nendoroid.
Parade are basically full full proportion, but still like the 1/7 size
Okay.
ratio
I
thing
have
going.
a-
Must be
I have
very
a-
nice quality.
Rough idea. Yeah, one of
Oh,
these
d-
figures. Okay. Okay. Very cool.
Actually, Jamie, do you remember the one the
Oh,
angel Papa
Like
Parade that I
Angel One
ordered?
or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it
Was
arrived.
it? Oh, nice.
Oh, it,
It was really
cost
nice.
like. Yes, it is very,
How
very,
much
very,
was
very,
it?
very
Oh
nice.
my gosh.
It was like $30 plus like 24 shipping because I am very far away from Japan. So,
Oh.
but
It's
as-
actually not that bad for a figure, honestly.
Mhm.
Like
That's
80.
true. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the figures in general. One thing that I really like about pop-up parades, and the reason I want to get more, is that they are very, 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 very cheap if you want figures. Because there are other figures that are like very
lot more.
costly. Yes.
Yeah.
Like they usually go into hundreds. And that's
Right.
not even like the most expensive ones. Oh,
Here's a time call. I think we're getting to the point where we're going to move on to the next page.
Oh.
yes, I'm ready.
Everyone good? You want to
Yep.
share real quick what everyone drew? Or not share, but
Oh,
review.
Zoom out so we
Yeah,
get to take it all in.
You guys drew, yeah, let's start with Vector.
There we go.
Look at that
when did
guy.
Dragon turn into? Never mind.
So you're not paying attention to the big picture here.
We don't talk about the corner.
We will talk about the corner.
All right, we might talk about the corner. Yeah, look at Vector. What are you eating there?
I'm eating grilled cheese.
He's eating one of my
Jamie got
cousins.
me inspired.
Well, I guess you guys trade, right? Vector hands you a human and you hand him a sandwich.
All right. Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
exchange.
I
There's a
don't
lot of
think I
people
would
I'd give up for a grilled cheese.
Oh my god.
Sell you to Satan for one corn chip.
I still like the rough sketch look that Vector pulls off.
Well, I mean, I could have put more effort into it, but I was busy drawing Dancing Robotnik over in the corner there.
Well, it's like it's a degree of like imperfection that gives it a style or a consistency. right? It's
Perfectly
got-
imperfect.
There
That's
you
what I
go.
like to call it.
There you go. And then
And something that I know about like art is that if it looks too perfect, it's going to look boring. At least I think so.
It can. I guess it
Like,
depends on.
move on to the next thing. Yeah, it looks
Okay.
good enough for a sketch night.
And then
No need
Elly.
for perfection.
Elly's got this. I don't know what I would call this look. It has a vibe to it. Maybe I'm thinking of your magnets that you've been making, but it has like a.
Pretty.
You can put it. Oh, it's like a Polaroid almost, with the faded background.
You use those magentas and cyans for the shading. It's nice.
Yeah, a little pastel-ish kind of color hue to it.
Kind of like gets me a nice like pop up art vibe.
Yes. You know, I do actually really like the color palettes in like pop art, or I've been experimenting more with using like CMYK like as accents. So I don't know, experimenting.
Yeah, it's great.
You guys ever see
That's
those?
what all the printers use.
You ever see
Yep.
those? What is it? It's like 3D scenery made out of flat, either colored paper or.
Oh yeah,
plastic.
the
Like Ghibli
like the
Studios has some
dioramas
diorama.
almost.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be
dioramas.
that'd be a fun project. I think one of these
Man.
days, get some people
I just
together
got
to.
sent back to the science fair. You know?
There you go. No, but
My
it's like
elementary school. So it's
Make those jam volcanoes.
there you go. Yeah,
Lyra, you're an actual sorceress. There is no way you did all of that in this time. There is no way.
Lyra has some shortcuts and experience, though. You could tell.
Shortcuts. I
Well,
don't
in,
use hotkeys.
in the way you
I
stylize.
use my right hand.
There you go.
I mean, if I can like.
Oh.
Oh, because that's attached there. Like, here, I'm just taking off some of my layers here. You can see what the hell I did. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just line art is all alone would have been enough.
Look at them fine lines.
Yeah,
great.
that's the liner by itself. And then I had to put all this stuff in.
Had to.
Plus, Lyra's got the advantage. She knows how to draw her own hair.
That's fair point. Elly, remind me, Lyra did the model art, right? For all of you?
Yeah, Lyra did
Yeah.
all of our model art.
Yes, the designs were a collaborative group effort. But as far as like drawing out the assets, that was me.
And
Yeah.
actually, we did actually use magma when we were
Yeah,
concepting
to
originally.
design everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That way
Yeah.
we can just draw it, literally like go to the drawing board and be like, what about this? What about these shapes? How about this type of code? What about like this? Oh, here's how two look together. Now we need to bring it, have the trio together.
Lyra,
I don't know, man.
You, you like
I
that.
have to do it.
You have
What?
what would you guys call Lyra's style? Because there's this kind
Oh
of
boy.
comic-y. I don't know. Is it just the?
It's the thick lines. Is
yeah,
what
it's
gets
the
you going.
lines, right?
Like,
Yeah, it is
make it
very-
very 3D.
Lines in the shadow.
Yeah.
It definitely adds a depth to it, which is always impressive to see.
Mm-hmm.
I love your line.
Lyra has very
weight.
good shape usage.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
good.
And then in the
There's also
bottom,
like no gradients or anything, so
and then at the bottom we got Xenovia.
So cute.
hi.
It's like a
Yeah.
color pencil watercolor sketch. It's nice.
It's very soft. That's the one you just
Mhm.
want to like eat up like cotton candy.
I didn't want to take a lot of time doing my usual lining thingy, but I do use a lot of gradients, so I did want to like imitate that with the pencils. And I like doing that thing where like you make a lot of lines together, so it simulates the thickness of things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of
That's
fun.
like really clean line work.
Thank you.
Which I like to see.
Is
Very
Zen-
nice and like angular.
Here's a question for Xenovia. Is Xenovia complete without the sword?
I have an answer for that, but that would be a spoiler for some things that I have planned for the
Okay.
future.
Oh, we got lore. We got lore.
Because I always wonder, it's like anytime Xenovia draws Xenovia, the sword has to be there. I wonder why.
Well, the main reason is that it's like I have a lot of things that make up my silhouette and make them like sharp and everything, and some of those are my horns, my sword, and my twin tails.
Yeah.
But the sword is like very iconic at this point, so I like having it around. And I kind of like the concept of like having a gigantic sword with a name and an ability to lore. And
Yeah, a little personal
I just
touch.
like I just like the idea of having a sword the size of my character.
Gives you a
That
nice
is
little
true.
bit of asymmetry too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
there are definitely some of us out there who enjoy big swords. Why? Because
big sword, obviously.
Exactly.
What do you
Some
mean?
of us
Yeah.
like, other things, and some people like big swords.
Jammy, you gotta blow up human Jammy. Why is she so small?
Oh, because I was
mean, we
trying
could just
to
zoom in.
make more room. I was trying to make more room for sandwich.
Makes more room for the real star, the
Oh, you have
sandwich.
stars in your hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Highlight.
it's her jam.
Oh my
It's supposed to be like my little like jam bits.
Jam
Yeah,
bits.
it's-
Yeah, because if you zoom in on my actual model, you can see there's like little bits of glitter in my hair, but I don't zoom in my
Mhm.
model all that much. So
When your model moves around, you can see it more.
yeah,
And
That's a
then
little sandwich form jammy.
yeah, sandwich form.
Iconic Jamwich.
Gosh, with the thick
Very iconic.
edge lines, it reminds me of this old comic book. Was it what's the one with the little tiger?
With a little tiger.
Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Almost. There's a I can see a little bit of similarity if I stretch it.
You know, Bill Watterson isn't dead. He just stopped making comics. He just
I mean-
made $1 bajillion and just stopped.
You know,
Hey,
good for him. Well deserved. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Whatever happened to somebody we used to know? If I recall, didn't they do the same deal? Made like 1 or 2 songs and left.
And
Oh yeah, we haven't
bounced.
seen any songs of him. He really was just somebody that we used to know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my
No
God.
escape.
I'm so done with this collab. She's ready to leave.
Lyra, just accept it. You got one in your trio. What do you expect?
I know, he's more than enough. No fun allowed sticker. It will be available soon.
Nice.
finally. Oh,
And then we got that thing in the corner that's trying to go fast with its cat
Gotta
ears.
go fast, though.
Not sure what's going on with the hands, but
Chaos Emerald.
is that Clifford?
Is that Clifford? I think that was supposed to be Knuckles.
it could be. Is that supposed to be Knuckles?
fair, Knuckles wouldn't care much for the Chaos Emeralds. He wants the Master Emerald.
I thought that
Does that
was
mean
his
this is
job, was to
Shadow?
guard Chaos Emeralds.
I want Knuckles to
Doesn't
have
matter.
his
Here
hat.
with the
I
Sonic
don't know Sonic
lore.
lore.
Yeah, no, he's the guardian of the Master Emerald, which controls the Chaos Emerald. So I suppose it's a little bit related, but
All right, well, I
Still.
tell you what. I'm going to give him a cowboy hat, and then that's going to be
nice.
it.
Yeah. Why did they get rid of his hat? I don't understand.
Yeehaw.
It's so much more
Yeehaw.
personality.
Oh, it's Knuckles.
What do you mean? It's Clifford with a hat.
This is almost like a platypus. Perry
Yeah.
the platypus.